Hey Pokemon trainers, welcome to another edition of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. So I'm back. Check it out. We're here for a new game. We're checking out some of the new, some of these new decks that have been coming out and stuff like that. I've been out of the loop for a while. If the audio on this is weird, that's because I am re-recording the audio. All the audio got sort of corrupted on the video, on these original videos that I recorded, so I just decided to scrap the old audio and try out some new audio, and hopefully it's fixed, and you guys are watching these videos right now. So what we're going to do is jump into some versus challenges and check out some of these new decks that I had picked up. I haven't picked up the exact new ones, which was sort of what I was showing off earlier, but I do have this Galarian Sirfech'd deck that I used on this first game. I think it was I know that is the latest deck that I own. So I checked that one out, and I hadn't played it before. I had a little bit of trouble in this game, as you're going to see, but it turned out pretty good. It's a pretty fun deck, and I think you can do some cool things with it, so we're going to check it out. We do have this opponent here with this, deck. I can't remember the star Pokemon here, but the Pokemon that he starts out with, that Cormorant, is strong against pretty much every single Pokemon in the deck that I'm using right now. So we really hit that wall early on in the game, and I'll let you guys take a look at that as things get going. I'm going to be continuing playing games and stuff like that, saving up my coins and trying to pick up the newest decks that we're looking at. We're looking at our Galarian Sirfetch'd, our Bird Keeper, Hop, draw 3 cards, pretty good stuff, and then I added that Power Patch there. And I was able to start with a couple of Farfetch'd on there, and right here you're going to see where we sort of ran into some trouble. Although my opponent did have to mulligan, and we did get the extra draw. Things didn't turn out very well. We got this Turbo Patch, basic energy from the discard pile into a basic Pokemon of our choice, which is really nice. I was able to put that to work a little bit. Let's take our extra card here, and we're going to get started with the old Dugtrio. I was going to look for a Diglett there for the old Dugtrio. That Dugtrio is nice. I should have pushed more for that because it has that dig on it. But here I wasn't paying attention to this Cormorant, which is obviously a resistance to fighting type because it's a bird. This move on this one is the Continuous Gulp Missile. 2 energy for 60 times is really good. I did realize you have to discard a couple of cards as is, for the move, so that sort of balances it out. But 2 energy for 60 times, that's a lot, depending on how many of those little fishies you can get on your board in order to discharge. Here I pick up my Diglett based off of Sonia, and then we take a quick look through, trying to see what was in my deck. I wasn't able to pick up any energy there, but I was able to get a couple of basic Pokemon to start building out the board just a little bit, so that helped me out just a bit. Here I go for my Rock Smash, which even if it did hit the heads, it would have done 0 because of obviously the resistance on here. So this is where I realized I was really hitting a wall, and I wasn't really going to be able to do anything with this deck against at least this starter, right, this bird starter. I'm going to push for Dugtrio, as you can see, for the dig, and try to get those heads on those. But let's see how it turns out. So we're working on the Cormorant, and we got the Dugtrio coming in. I threw a little bit of energy there on Dugtrio. Gonna switch out the Farfetch'd and try out for that dig, and I ended up getting the Tails. To be expected, but not really that good of luck. Okay, my opponent grabs a couple of new Pokemon, really getting set up for that Continuous Gulp Missile with those Arracudas out there. You can see here it's gonna, yeah, it hits real hard. 120 with those 2 discards. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good little combination to put up there. Okay, here I'm gonna go for PTCGO. We get the Sirfech'd back in. I'm gonna shoot for a little bit of extra energy acceleration. Was able to get the heads on that, so I was able to get a couple of energies on the board there for my Sirfech'd. Sudowoodo. Any of these Pokemon really wasn't going to help because they were all weak, right? They all have the resistance, and not one of them had any sort of moves that were strong enough to sort of bust through that Cormorant. So I was really stalled out here for a really long time. My opponent going to get set up for the Samurott. And I whiff on the Great Ball. Nice job. Bird Keeper might be a little bit of help. Get some extra draw off Sudowoodo. See if I make the right choice. There we go. So we're going to get the good old Bird Keeper switch. Boink. And we'll be able to draw a little bit off of that. Get the Sirfech'd. Not too bad. Probably should have evolved the other one. Pokemon Catcher. Not really going to be able to do much. Whiffed it. And we'll go for the double draw. Just to try to build up a little bit more. And when I first saw that that animation there, I really thought those looked like little doo-doo curls. It really looks like those little poop emojis. That's what I was looking for, poop emojis. Alright, Hippowdon coming out. Big old boy. Big old boy. And then we'll get some energy. It's going to be really hard to get energy built up on the old Hippowdon. We may not be able to make it to the end with that boy. Especially with no energy in hand. Getting that Passimian up might have been pretty good early for the Call for Family. But we'll just continue taking Jaws. And really, I don't have any way to accelerate any more energy other than that Turbo Patch. So we're kind of stalled out. Really stalled out. And my opponent continues developing their board. Let me get more energy. And we'll just take some more draws. Since doing anything else would be fruitless. Okay, we got the other Hippowdon in hand, so that's nice. And my opponent's going to take Professor's Research, and we'll get Aqua Washed out of there. By the old Samurott. Which is fine. We can get the Hippowdon in. I think I'm going to go for this Sirfech'd. Can't remember what I do here, so let's see. I think if I remember right, I ended up switching into that Hippowdon now because I was able to draw that extra energy off of Bade. And so we were able to power up the old Hippowdon enough. Alright. And we had a bit of a damage decrease, but big 120 down on the Samurott. really good. Alright, my opponent coming out with a bait of their own. Bait or beady? I don't know how to say that. Beady? Beady or bait? And Hippodon does not go down quite, but we do lose a couple of energies off of there. It doesn't really matter because we still got triple smash. I think I'm going to go for the Professor's Research here in order to just refresh the old hand. We're not doing much with all this energy in our hand. We need some more trainer cards, something else like that, right? We get the bird, bird boy, and get another Sirfech'd. And I think we're going to be able to put down one more attack on the old Samurott. We are down 2 prize cards at this point. Stonejourner, it would be nice to get him in there, but he's another big old boy. So it's really hard with both of these big Pokemon to power them all up in time. But I did get 2 heads off of that. Got the big 130. Would have been nice to be able to do that a bit earlier. But as you can see, we took out the Samurott. Now we're going to have to deal with the... our opponent takes out Dan. He's going to draw a couple cards. Rock, paper, scissors. I don't even know if I won this or not. I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe I won because it went into his graveyard? Or his discard pile? I don't know. Maybe if I would have lost, it would have went back into his hand. And there goes Hippodon. We were expecting that. Sirfech'd can come out. Big Pierce. Simian Call for Family's not really going to help. Dig might be helpful. I think that is what I went for. Just to try and get a little bit more stall. So I can get some more energy. Either on the Sirfech'd or the Hippodon or, you know, Stonejourner or Simian or anybody, right? We want to just get something on anybody. Okay, gonna try for the dig and whiff. Perfect. So there are not going to be any big time stalling going on here with the dig, which is unfortunate. Alright, there goes the old Doug Trio. See who we can throw in after that. Simian might work, but I don't think we're going to be able to get anybody powered up enough. So it looks like I'm going to go for a Sirfech'd and hit that big Pierce. Get a little bit of damage in, right? Sirfech'd 130 HP is pretty beefy, but we would like to have the bigger hits with Hippodon. Alright, get another Sudowoodo out from the old Great Ball. Those guys can be helpful for some extra draw. Probably not a great choice this late in the game, but it was what I got, you know. So we take the Pierce on the Dreadnought. We got Nessa coming out. Big bunch of energy. Big bunch of Pokemon. So 2 more Aracudas, setting up for some more Carmarants to do some big pin missiles. It looks like this this deck that I played against, this Dreadnought deck, is pretty strong. It's pretty beefy. I'd like to play it against the Torrential Cannon. That might be fun because of Golduck. Golduck just shreds. He just shreds through those the water decks pretty easily. So as you can see here, I'm really on my last we're on the on our last legs here, down to 1 prize card. Looks like the old opponent's gonna knock it out right now. And you guys can probably guess how this is gonna end. So we'll just play it out for the rest. And there we have it. The last Pokemon goes down, and we take the defeat. Well, that's it for this episode. The first one back. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll have more coming. I recorded 4 this day, so I'll be having to re-record the audio on all of those. I might just make them into like a fast video with just a little bit of a commentary over it, so you guys can see some of the games that I played. I also did a bit of a pack opening. I'll take a look at that. So I'll be on the lookout for that video. And hope you guys had a fun time watching. I certainly had a fun time playing. And I'll see you all in the next one.